So, thanks. And glasses. Where were they? Hi everyone. Yeah, we weren't quite ready. We are now. It's all good. So we were just ready on time because we had to run around and do a couple of things at the last minute. And if I'm totally honest, we have been running around since 8 o'clock this morning. And before that, running around at home well before that. So I'm going to recap on a couple of things today because I got Cass to update the pattern a little for me. And sometimes I go, then you'll often do this, this and this, and I think, no, that's not fair. I need to show everyone what I'm talking about. So we'll just wait for a couple more people to join us and then we'll get started. But hello Denise, hello Christine. What did I have to do for Christine? Did it? Done. Hello Barb. I've got emails from you, Barb, and I know I still need to go through them, so we will fix that up. What else have I got? I'm glad you're looking forward to today, Christine. Thank you very much. Hello Jennifer Bronwyn, Yvonne. Cass is in the building. Maureen's here. Hello Ruth. Hello Ruthie. Tina's here again. That's lovely. And Lorraine, I was speaking to Kathy earlier. Kathy and I had a chat this morning. Margaret's here. Petra's here. Lots and lots of people are here. Hello Lynn. It is good to see you. Jill, your box is looking sensational downstairs. Hello Cheryl. Jenny, who's not homeless anymore. Sorry, inward joke. Jenny was moving house and got stuck in between houses. And she was homeless. Homeless. Oh, Jenny Sleeman's here. Everyone's here. Now, what did I have to say? We have a couple of mystery ladies still, don't we? For Miss Kate's back here today. Lucy. We haven't found Lucy's details yet. So we have some amazing special bags downstairs, and yes, Judy, you are allowed back today. We have some beautiful bags of specials from a couple of people last week that we have not been able to capture, the term being their contact details. So we have a lovely lady called Lucy who has a bag of stuff. We don't know where to find you, Lucy, so please message us your phone number if you're on today. We will watch to see if you come on. Hello Joy and Michelle as well. Hello Michelle bag. So we still have a few people whose details we need. If we cannot find or obtain people's at least phone number or email by Sunday night, everything that they ordered will go back into specials for next week. We cannot keep stuff on the never because there are so many orders and so much fabric from last week that we're going to need to move it on. See, I've got Gail's phone number now. Pam, I have you. Hello Nicole. So it's lots of people here, and we get names sometimes that are really similar, so that causes a lot of problems, doesn't it? We have a Donna and a Deborah with the same surname this time. Yeah, so that makes it really hard. All right, now before we get on to today's, I always tell you I'm going to do more than I do before the next show, but this has been such a busy week, and unexpectedly I had quite a few wholesale customers who are the shops we supply around Australia that rang and wanted orders. So for example, we have a full collection of my fabrics in Ace Drapers in Queensland. We've got yummy stuff going into Robinette's Drapery in Young with Joy, and we've also got a big box of fabrics going into the Stitching Post in New South Wales. So those things, I will admit, kind of take a little bit of priority because we need to look after the shops that support us. Hey Bernadette, hello Marcel, and Roslyn and Debbie, hello. So I didn't get as much done, but we are at a good place for me to still get this finished with you tomorrow, or at least to the final assembly stage with the bag that we're making. First of all, we had today, very excited, as I promised you, a whole heap of beautiful clearance fabric arrive from Margaret again. Margaret Upston's from Margaret's Fabrics. So that's now in the building. So Monday we're going to do Minky Monday. So it's Magical Minky and Machine Day. So we're going to have madness. So we're going to have Minky by the meter at half price on Monday, and then we are going to have the start of our Benina end of financial year clearance as well with my demo models. They will run a little bit differently. Minky will run through the live show. The machines will be an order online thing to secure a machine if you want one. But we will talk all about that on Monday. Tuesday will be a textile special day. So all these yummy new fabrics in from Margaret, and I'm going to give you first dibs on some beautiful new Liberty cotton and some new ones in as well, some metallics that have come in. So it's a big week next week. And then on Wednesday with our the new version of our bag finished, we're going to make a couple of little bits and bobs to go inside. So I'm going to go through with you how to make a little scissor keeper. Kate's back. I can have my close-up. Woohoo! Can I have a close-up? Oh, I'm in charge. Oh, no, hang on.
I can do it.
No, I can do it. There we go. So we're going to make a little scissor keeper. And I mentioned yesterday that Emma made this beautiful one with fussy cut pieces from the border stripe from Summer Palace. We are going to do that with our leftovers from making our Oriental sewing caddy. So we'll do the scissor keeper and we'll run through a good old-fashioned classic thimble pip as well. So we'll do that on Wednesday. Members of A Quilter's Life, you will get those patterns as well as the sewing caddy to play with. So that's what we're doing next week. The great thing to Margaret, when she sent all the stuff down, she also sent 15, just 15 kits for this bag. So this is a lovely collaborative, if you like, between Margaret and myself. So some of the girls have done this as a workshop here. She had 15 more kits made up at the moment. She's sourcing some more linen also at the moment to keep going, but at the moment she can only do 15. So this bag has got beautifully designed and stitched out acacia or wattle on it that Margaret has done, and in the kit you get a variegated pearl thread, and it comes, I should say, it all comes pre-printed onto the linen. You don't have to draw it on. It's screen printed on there, and 2 different shades of pearl yellow to use for the colonial knots cots. Yeah. So what you pretty much, she's the queen of colonial knots, let's face it, and we can talk about her at the moment because I know she's not at home and watching. So that comes with that, plus then I come back and put into the kit the metal frame and the pattern for the bag. So they will be in Wednesday's show next week. So there's lots and lots of stuff. We're going flat out. I know I only should do 1 show a week, but it's lockdown, so we're going to, and I've got Kate. It's simple. We're going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So keep an eye out for that. That's Wednesday. Other stuff. It's Kate's sitting here with her diary, writing in how we're fitting in craft and cook and all this other stuff in between. We will.
So we're doing a live on Wednesday as well?
Yeah.
Good to know.
Good to know. We'll do a Wednesday one as well. Now, you also have a sneak peek of about a third of a quilt. Can we zoom out or not?
If you want to see all...
Oh no, I don't want them to see all the mess around. No, this was supposed to be a sneak peek. You were looking at maybe nearly a half of Be Mindful, which is a magnificent Australian themed quilt by the very, very talented, iconic Michelle Hill. And we had this in our exhibition last week, and there's a little bit more about it on Facebook when we did the lives. I've just given you a little bit of it today. I'm going to give you the whole look and everything towards the end of the month. We have decided to run this as a block of the month, so I just decided to hang it behind us today just for a little bit of colour and pop, but that gives you a little sneak peek. We're not starting it earlier because we're going to be able to run it on our drum roll. New website that Stephen Chandler is working on right now. It's so lovely, lovely. So yeah, lots and lots coming up. And why shouldn't there be? It's winter. So yesterday I sweltered up here and the sun was out, and today it's all cold and wintry again. So that's why we love Melbourne. It changes every 5 minutes. So yeah, it's really nice. Yes, France, it is a gorgeous bag. It's just stunning, and that is only just a little tip of the iceberg of what Margaret's been working on. So we can expect a lot more exciting things from her later in the year. I've told Kate knows we're going on the road together next year. We're going to visit country towns and guilds and CWA and do lots and lots of fun things together. Okay, so let's go back and have a chat about what we were working on yesterday. So this is the bag, and if you haven't seen it yet, this is an old original first bag I ever designed as a pattern, and we're giving it a whole new lease of life with my Summer Palace collection. If along the way you would like to buy a kit for this and you haven't been with us the last couple of days, Kate's going to show you what you need to do, if she can override what I'm doing.
Oh, do I do it?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Put it up there. Oh, still? Thanks. So instead of running through live comments, because we're in the middle of this massive mail out and everything from the lives that we ran last week, if you would like a kit to make this bag, you go to our website and you put in live 1 as the search word up in the search window. Few people had a few problems yesterday. People were putting a space in between live and 1. Some people needed to refresh, shut down the website and start it up again because it's kind of got stuck on a page, but it is all there, I promise you. And under that, you're going to find, you're going to find 2 kits under that code. One is going to be for the blue that I'm working with. I'll just pull a bit more out because we have been cutting into ours. So this is the blue version, and we're putting grey and blue and green with this one. And that has been, I correct myself today, when I've done all of the orders, definitely the blue's been the popular one. But this is the other one that I'm doing in the red and gold, like that. So there's 2 kits there. And I've also popped up, in case you're interested, they're off at the printer. They should be here really soon because I needed to get some more. It was just my little handbag design basics. I've marked that down to $15 instead of $22.50 for this week's shows. So if you want to learn just a little bit more about the 6 main basic ways to assemble a handbag, and there's only 6, you can grab one of those and have a read, and that will make sense. And this is assembly technique number 6 that we're doing today. So where we got to yesterday was I had turned through my big sleeve, and this is the sleeve that goes all the way around the outside of the bag. Yes, Lynn, the red is sensational, and I wish I had time to start on that one as well. Maybe over the weekend, and before we finish it all up and have a look at our finished bags next Wednesday, I'll try and get some more of that red done. Oh my God, Lisa got curry downstairs. I can smell it.
It's a chicken bunari.
She's got, what has she got down
the
there?
same one that she has, the rice, the bunari, the bundari.
Oh, I can smell it.
Yeah.
Can you smell it? Wow, she's an amazing cook. So Lisa's chicken, what?
Bundari. The one we emailed to each other.
Biryani.
Yeah.
Biryani. That. I can smell it. My stomach's not going to rumble. It's all good. So, I digress. So I've got my sleeve ready to go around the outside. So we sewed it yesterday into a big long sausage, turned it through, and do you remember I spoke to you about then inserting pieces of plastic into it and then sewing across? So I've started that, and I have gone back. I mentioned yesterday I might need to bring my kitchen tongs, but I've gone back and changed the dimensions of the pieces of plastic so you don't need to do that anymore. I've popped some of them in and I'll show you. So you see there, see that? So I've marked all of my sleeve at 3 3/4 inch intervals, and the pieces of plastic going in are 3 3/4 by, I think that's right, 3 3/4 by 3 1/4, and then that means that as I go along I've got these little divisions, and then what will happen when I put these across here, let me just check, you know, I keep saying this, template plastic. Yeah, okay. There you go. So that's all going to run around there. Actually, they're not 3 3/4 marks. They're 4, and the pieces of plastic are 3 3/4. So can you see that? They're all going to run around and fit on each of the sides of our octagon panels. And so in making them a little bit smaller, you don't need the tongs now. So I've got 3 left here. So I've gone that way and put them in. So if I go back this way, in you go, in you go. See, they went in so easily before we started. Oh, there we go.
It's fiddly.
It's a little bit fiddly. One little tip I've put in the pattern is you cut off, just snip. Oh, that's why. That's why. Hang on. It says in the pattern, Kate, to snip. Just snip a little bit off. And so also for those that don't know, what's happening with this is I'm popping out the kits straight away, but because we're remaking this bag as we go and I'm editing the pattern, if you've ordered it on the website, I will be emailing you your pattern. So a little bit like a paid download. See that? So that's in there now. I'm going to go to my board and I'm going to mark it at 4 inches. I'm going to pop a little pin in. There we go. And he's now secure. So I'll come back with my machine and my walking foot and sew through all the thicknesses across there. I'm going to put this one in. In you go, buddy. Oh, cut it off first, Lisa Chandler. Makes such a difference, I can't believe. So he'll go down in there, and then I'll have one more that will fit snugly in that last spot. Well, Phyllis and Della here today. And Marette, what a gorgeous name. I like that. I like that. That's very nice. Okay. Alright, so I'll be just sewing straight across here in between the bits of plastic that are inside with my walking foot. And that is how I will finish it off. Once they're in, I will come back and I'll slip stitch that closed there, and no one's going to see that because it's going to fit well in and snug up against the edge here, and we'll be couching on some cord later on. Okay, so that's how that all goes together, and it is really a little bit like a 3D little jigsaw puzzle, I suppose. So we'll set that across there. Now moving on to our front panel. So I have got I did get this all pieced together. So this is my front panel. There you go, Judy. There's my pieced front panel. Oh, she's never going to live it down now. Never going to live it down. But yes, Judy, I would definitely find a design. I'm sure you could find a little Oriental design actually to machine embroider over a panel. So this is essentially this. In here there are pieces. So that's how I managed to piece in my snowball block. That's in there. And in your pattern that you're going to get, there is you've got a little diagram that shows you how to piece all of that together, and all the cutting instructions and things are there. So hello Fiona, and hello Barb. Fiona's bag's looking a bit healthy downstairs too, isn't it?
Which one?
Fiona.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know you all buy your show bags. It's a little bit like standing at the checkout in the supermarket. You know how you suss out what's in other people's trolleys?
Yeah.
I can imagine if the girls were all able to come in and look through all of the bags all lined up and the tables out the back, they'll be like, oh yeah, she's into purple. Oh yeah, she likes a good kit. Oh yeah, she's into greens. So you'd be able
to
to
make bags like that, and people come in and just grab the bag.
The remnants bags. Yeah. This is so this is Philip Chandler messaging me during my live show. Kate, could you please reply to Steve for me? And can you just tell Steve that we're live at the moment? He wants to know if I got a MailChimp code. This is breaking news, everybody. We are seriously working on a website fast. So it's all go. All right. So now what we need to do is turn this square into an octagon panel. So I have got this one, and I have cut from my lining fabric another square the same size. Now in the original pattern, it actually told you to put the template that's in it for the panels over the top, draw it on and cut it down 1/4 of an inch. That's silly. We now know the better way to do it is to leave them as a complete square. Do you want my phone?
No, just use your laptop.
Okay. Leave them as a whole square, draw this on and sew it while it's still all in one big piece. It's just so much more stable and easier to work with if we do it this way. So I'll grab a pen and draw this on.
Oh yeah, your phone would be great actually, please.
Yeah, you can have my phone.
Thank you.
Don't hold up the website man. Everything stops for the website man. Steve was showing me last night that there's a video section on this new website, and if you click on it, it takes you straight through to our YouTube channel. So I love that, because then it just means if I had that on someone else's website that I watched all the time, I would just be able to click on videos and just pull one up really quick and sit and have it in the background while I was sewing. That would be cool. Not that I'm suggesting you listen to me all the time in the background. Okay, happy with that? Now, I'm going to pop a few pins in just to hold it nice and steady. And actually before, what is that? That is so not a pin. Before we do this, we might just cut out our handles or our straps as well. On this one, these are teeny weeny. I think they would have they're only 1/2 inch finished. I think we might take that up a bit, and I'll get Cass to change that to cutting a 2.5 inch strip, please, Cass. I think that we can show off a bit more fabric. Are you all reading these comments here back and forth between my team?
Yes.
So Cass and Steve and Kate are all chatting. It's like Philip being on yesterday.
All dealt with.
They're all, you know. Why would you do it any other way but through a live Facebook feed? So funny. Right, done. So that's ready for us to sew. And then let's also cut ourselves some straps to use. Oh, what colour are we going to use? Oh, there's so many options. So we could actually cut into and use the silver little border here. We could use that as part of our straps, and that would look really funky and just cream and silver when I'm finished. We could use just a big chunk through here so we get some of the blues through. We could also use what I'm using for the lining, so we could use our lattice fabric, and that would look really cool. A little bit geometric though, so maybe a bit of a challenge. You know what I think? I think we might use our grey. She says. Oh, here it is. So I could also use the grey, and that's going to give us a contrast against the border. So I mean, you've got literally stacks of this to work with in your kit. So let's have a look at the pattern, or no need, because I've got the bag here in front of me. So we all have to decide, everyone, if we're happy with this length. You're not going to put it over your shoulder, are we?
What happens if you do it from the altitude?
You can go from here.
Yeah, because that would fit your arm better if you did choose.
We could go from out there instead.
Well, just
Are
because
you changing the whole pattern on me, Kate?
No, just because then that would fit over your arm a lot comfier than that smaller gap.
So I suppose it depends on whether you want it as a handbag.
Or over the shoulder.
So we should do the blue one as one and the red as the other. One, I should. Let's do the small ones. We'll do the small ones now, but I get your meaning. I do. And then yeah, with the red one, we'll do them longer.
I think they'll both look great.
And she saves herself at the last minute.
Me?
Yeah.
I always save myself.
They both look great.
They do. They would. Even if you somehow put them in the middle. Oh, that would look great too with their
I do.
a piece of bag furniture. Wouldn't that look cool too?
The only thing about putting them down further, I'm wondering if it's going to be... There's only one way to find out, really.
Could you imagine if they were in the middle of the bag with a piece of bag furniture and then they went up?
Oh, on the actual sides?
Yeah. In the middle.
Getting technical on me now.
Oh.
Okay, so the only reason there's a problem with putting them on the sides, I can't sew them through the plastic.
Oh, yeah. So you'd have to keep two without plastic in it.
Yeah, no, that's not good. Okay. So, but we might put them down further. You'd have to put them on an angle.
That would look fun.
No, as in, no, difficult. You've got to sew them.
Yeah.
I'll think of more, I'll tell you.
And silver would make a beautiful piping to finish the edge, Petra says.
Silver wood, Petra, and I am talking with the man today. So if you are grabbing a kit, I will be sending you separately your piping, just because of lockdown and things. I couldn't get my man here, and I couldn't get to a warehouse or anything to pick up the piping. So that's just, you know, just another little challenge. Let's do one of these. Let's do one of these. So you can just see how super simple it is. Nope, not that one. That one. I think if you want to do this, you just make it extra long, and you can always cut it back. No, no, Kate, we can't use that. I've stashed that for something else. That's stashed. Stash, stash, stash. Did you see all those fabrics from Margaret down there?
I didn't want... Lisa and I wanted to hide them. We wanted to put a piece of fabric over the top so we couldn't see them until...
Oh, so they didn't distract you?
There's so much going on right now.
There's so much. But there's some gorgeous stuff in there.
Yeah.
Did you see the big funky thing? There's a big roll of funky stuff.
I really tried not to look at it.
Cass, there's a big roll of funky stuff. It's extra wide. It'd make the best backing for a bright white quilt. So I'm just pressing the center in on both sides. Who's that? Oh, it's the printer.
Two of them.
Okay. No, it's just John.
Oh, he has
It was John.
voices.
That was the printer dropping off the handbag design basics books. So that means if you've ordered one, we can post that out.
Cass said, will it work for her hexie quilt?
Yes, it'll work for your hexie quilt, Miss Cass. Absolutely. Alright, so that is all pressed. It's just doubled over. twice, so it's 4 thicknesses, and that's going to make up my strap. And you can see I've just made mine a little bit wider than usual. I'll pop my mat over there. Oh, I've got a bit of steam on the diagram. So we are going to use,
It wobbled the ball.
we are going to use the big boy today, which means Miss Kate's going to go, oh no, here we go with the mess on the table. With your front panels, I would strongly recommend that you sew on your flowers that we have made first. But I'm going to just do this today to show you, and I will be able to slip stitch mine on. We'll just be a little bit more, just a little fiddly, not a lot. I'll turn that on. Oh, we'll need that in a minute. That one, I've got that one to put on. Fire the baby up. Okay. Stool. Yes, Kate?
And Barnshaw asked, do you think the pattern could be converted to a box?
Well, it kind of is a box.
Just depends where you put the flap.
Yes, sorry, and you can make it into a box. So you can also lay it down that way and have it with the lid going up. It's up to you how you want to assemble it and which side that you leave open. But you can use the same technique to make a box.
And when do you use the pellin?
Oh, forgot to tell Anne when to use the pellin.
No, that was Joy.
Okay, Joy, I'm sorry, I've got to get you there, don't I? I have put, it's there, but I forgot to say, I've actually put the pellin on the back of the front panel. So I do apologise, the pellin's on. Remember, we put pellin yesterday on the right side of the sleeve that goes right around the octagon, and I have put pellin on the front cover, and that's in the pattern to do as well if you're grabbing the kit. And a lot of people have asked if they can just get the pattern. I will put it out in a newsletter on Chandler's Cottage, but it will have to wait until I've completed the whole pattern and the photos so that we have an official pattern to put out there. But it will be out. Whoa, I was just about to do something silly then, Miss Kate. I was just about to sew without a walking foot. Now, I'm going to sew my little strips, just one of these little strips first. Yes, please, can you do it for me with the close-up? I'll just do one of these first. I haven't probably got the most perfect foot on to do this. I could have a dual feed foot on as well. I think there's one in here. Right? No, I haven't got it in here. That's all right. So just going to pop this down through here. Yesterday, Kate, when you weren't here, sadly, we were talking about different machines and different feet. So this is a 770. This has wider feed dogs. So when we were talking about it yesterday, this one has 9mm wide feed dogs, and we were talking about straight stitch plates and things, and I've actually put the straight stitch plate on this one.
I swear I was here when we were talking about that.
Sorry?
I swear I was here.
You were probably watching it.
We talked about it both days.
Okay.
We were talking about demos and the Magic
okay.
Madness Minky Monday Manic.
We were talking about Magic Minky Monday. Yeah, and this baby is up here because he's one of the ones we're going to sell. Can you see that happening as I go? Just seeing if everyone can see it. See that? See how the foot comes up? This machine has a hover foot, and also see, it doesn't have no lever. The machine automatically puts the foot down for you as you start sewing. It's a whole new world It's a very, very nice one. Okay, so that's just a strap that we can use for our handle. Now I'll pop the walking foot on, and remember I was talking about, I'll do this again on Monday, but this is a dual feed foot for a Benina with these wide feed dogs, and this is the lever that comes down and links onto the foot, and that way it engages the third set in the middle of feed dogs, so it evenly pulls all your fabric through, which is an assistance for you because you're running with these wider feed dogs. So particularly when you're doing decorative stitches, thick or slippery fabrics, this is a fantastic little piece of technology.
You look so small behind that machine.
I look small.
Yeah.
It's because it's a big machine. So now we'll put our walking foot on. This is the same walking foot that I was using on the 475 yesterday. They are exactly the same across all of the, pretty much all of the Beninas back about 20 years are all the same feet, so you can interchange them all, which is really lovely. If they are something like a walking foot, you have specialist ones for your wide feed dogs, but a lot of the standard feet like this fit everything. So we need to, we need to whiz round this. Now, it doesn't, because of the way we put it together, it doesn't really matter where the opening is, but let's plan to have it at the bottom. So this is my bottom edge, and I'm just going to, see I've gone to, there's no lever, going to do that. So it'll do a little securing stitch because I've got it set to do that. I'll also do what I did yesterday and pop it onto the quilting setting, so the tension is right for having, you know, some batting in there with a couple of layers of fabric, and that just gives me a premium stitch tension.
Cass is off, so we have to give her information the old-fashioned way after the live.
What do you mean Cass is off?
She's gone to collect the wee one.
Oh, she's on school pickup. She has a horrendous school pickup. It's like an hour and a half round trip.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
And traffic. So you can see how fun this is because I don't have to change, I don't have to lift my foot each time. It lifts for me a couple of mils so I can turn. While I remember Kate too, Miss President Mari Lee from Victorian Quilters asked us to do some photos of machines quilting for the magazine, for the Quilters, Victorian Quilters magazine. So I need to do those on Monday or Tuesday. Can you just remember that?
It's written in the diary.
And Cass is gone, but we need to tell her we need to do our ad for the Quilters.
So
I feel like asking for a volunteer from the audience. Sorry?
What is that?
So the Victorian Quilters do a really nice magazine,
Yeah.
quarterly, and we need to put in our advertisement for our spring exhibition and our Christmas one,
Great.
which no one watching needs to know about because they already know.
Yeah.
It's all happening. All right, I'm going to leave a little gap here, and I've got it set to do a securing stitch. Can you put me back to me? Ta. So that's done as well. So I'll put my baby back on the ground. You can go under there, baby. I didn't have his platform on today because I didn't need it to do that little bit, but he's got a huge big platform. Okay, so now we can go back and trim off our excess. So you see what I mean? It's just easier if you keep it all in a square. It's more stable to cut it. Sorry, to sew it and then cut. Okay, so that's going to be our front through there that we've got our pattern on, and I'll grab this and we'll turn it through. So really it's creating 3 separate panels to whip stitch together. So I suppose if you think about that, you could do any shape. We had a bag called, give me a minute, Flower Power bag that was trapezoidal shaped. I'm looking at the one that loves maths.
I'm so good at it.
She's so good at it, which worries me. I had you cutting fabric all morning. How much, just so that people understand why we haven't called them yet, how much black butterfly fabric did you cut from our specials last week? You cut a whole ROT, which was 54 metres. So 74 metres in 2 different lengths.
In 2 different butterflies.
In 2 different butterflies. And then she did that twice.
And then I just started on the floral.
Yeah.
Which is more.
Is that?
Yeah, it's a lot.
So that's why you haven't heard from us. And as I said yesterday, we have to make sure we've captured, if you've got an order in, we have to make sure we've captured all of your specials, and there were 62 of them, onto an invoice and into your show bag before we ring you. So that is why you haven't heard from us yet, but we finished cutting tonight. We've delegated the 10 fat quarters, the random 10 fat quarters of Under the Australian Sun to Robert to do. So he'll be doing that tomorrow, and Philip and I will be ringing everyone tomorrow. There you go. Oh, that way. That way. So that is my octagon panel. I'll give him a quick iron, and then I'll show you what happens with him. We need to make now a piece of template plastic that will go inside. And I will pin my flowers on, because as I said, please pop your flowers on before you do this step, because it's just going to be a lot easier. I'm waiting for Judy Mullen on my phone to go, can I use a glue gun? I know people that would. I love these bees. Aren't they? Look at them. These bees are the best bees. And I've just found. So these bees here have applique. Can you see that? Little applique stripes. And these bees, he's satin stitched stripes. And they're not yellow bees, they're brown bees. And they, outside of Italy, Kangaroo Island has the purest strain of this particular type of bee that were introduced in the late 1800s.
Okay, food scientist.
No, it's not a food scientist thing. It's on the label for the quilt downstairs. No. Yeah. Wait.
But isn't that an Australian themed quilt?
It is.
With Italian bees.
Alright, I'm reading it. This quilt, can you hear me okay? This quilt was made in 2020 with the intention of raising funds for the wildlife groups affected by the devastating bushfires in Australia. This is the first edition, there's more to come. The plants featured on the quilt include wee Jasper grevillea, Canberra spider orchid, Banksia browneel, Bindoon starbush, and velvet wattle. There you go. And there's frogs, there's all this stuff from Kangaroo Island. The Guinean bees.
Stop.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely.
You can't see it all. It's just, oh.
I love the frog. I think the frog's my favourite.
The frog's fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to speak to Michelle today. I'm hoping I can keep the quilt for a little bit longer, because we really want to have it here to launch it. It's pretty boring just having, a picture of it on the website. All right, done. So that is that. And this flower, we're all pinning on.
I can just, it's over you now.
Thank you. I'll pin this guy on. So I've still got to put his little Suffolk puff on. So today I misplaced one of these petals. So that's why he's not finished. And then this one, I think, yeah, he nestles in under there, and just a little bit of his blue is going to peek through. And you will, I can add mine in later, but you will also still have to go on the front for you another little octagon over here, and some little cherry blossoms if you want to. So I will do all of those on mine. It's going to look very fresh. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so we now need to make the, you can stay there, Miss Cass. Kate. Oh, Cass, Kate.
That's okay, I understand.
You get it?
There's 2 Lisa's in the building right now.
There is 2 Lisa's in the building. I've got to find the right one. Front. Allowing inserts. Okay, this one. So now what I need to do, I cut out of my template plastic this one to use for the shape of the panel, or the fabric panels. And now I need to actually do a smaller one to use for, this is actually going to stay in. These are the pieces that are going to stay in the, okay, where's it gone? I need another sheet of template plastic, please, Kate. There's a whole heap of it, yeah, it's a whole heap of it on the table downstairs.
Yeah,
you know what though, I can use this one. I'll just use this, I'll cut this one down, don't worry. Yeah, this will be quicker. So now what we need to do is make the smaller one that's actually going to go inside and stay there. So I'll just whack some dots on. This has got writing and everything over it, folks, because this is the old draft one that Cass is writing the new one from. Just for you and me. Listen to that rain. Wow. It's a snuggle up and sew weekend here in Melbourne. I was telling everyone yesterday, Dad was so excited that with the 10K he could get to Bunnings. I'm wondering where I can get to. I can get to Bunnings.
Yeah, 10Ks. It's pretty...
You know where I do need to get to? I want to get to that nice, oh, do you know where it is? There's a really nice Italian delicatessen up near Moorabbin Airport.
Mm.
And I want to get there because, well, I have bought some feta to have with my olives. I'm very proud. I've made my first batch of olives. So it's my excuse to buy 50,000 cheeses, different cheeses to go with my olives. There we go. Yes. Can you go for it? Sharing keys. Yes. That means you can now get to the Lindt Chocolate Factory outlet. But I don't know that they're open. Actually, if you can get there, then you can get to Chandler's Cottage for a click and collect contactless pickup if you want to come and get your stuff next week. I will ring you. That's what we should be getting everyone to do. See if they can get to Chandler's Cottage to pick up their goodies in a 10K radius. Okay, so your pattern's got 2 different shapes of octagons. The big one does include seam allowance. The smaller one is actually the piece that's going to go in here. Thanks, Miss Kate.
You've got a great 10K radius.
There you go. So that's going to go in there. So what you'll need to do is, I need this hole a little bit bigger in here.
You can get to your Italian shop.
Can I get to my Italian shop?
You can go all the way to Clayton South.
I don't want to go to Clayton South.
Well, you can go all the way to Moorabbin.
Can I?
Yeah.
Don't make me go too far. That means that I have to do things at work.
You can go to Seaford to Dandenong to Moorabbin, pretty much.
Okay.
Got a good rate.
So we're going to roll this up. And it's going to go in here.
Chocolate should be an essential service, Joy says.
If Joy, if we could offer to deliver chocolate to you, I would, but you know why it won't go in? It's because I've still got the thinking, what's going on? It's the pin on the flower on the front. There we go. Have gone all the way through. If we could, we would, but the problem is sometimes when we send stuff, we're sending it to people in the middle of nowhere, and on a hot day, it's just not going to work. Just not going to work. Okay, so that is my panel now, and he's got all of his shape from the piece of template plastic that's going to stay in there. So when you've got to that stage, you're going to slip stitch this little opening closed. I'm just going to pop a pin in that for now, maybe a couple of pegs so I don't prick myself. You got me on a small screen as well, Kate.
I've got you at the top right.
I thought that was just me that could see that.
No,
I can't afford to make faces at you then or swear.
It's too small.
Can I?
It's
Because
just so
people
they can
just
see
lip
you
read.
as well. It's just a little bit of.
No pressure.
I can remove it.
No,
I can
it's fine.
put it in this corner or this corner or this corner or that one.
Stop! Don't teach Philip bad tricks for tomorrow. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there because I want you to be able to go on and do this next step. So I've obviously got lots of homework, but I'm kind of cheeky about that because I know you haven't got your kits yet, so you're going to have to wait. All right, so needle and thread. Needle and thread. The colour that you use here is not going to matter because it's going to be hidden under a couched bit of cord later on. I would go double. I would definitely go double. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit of a go. Oh, I didn't lick my thread. I did not see a thing. Do you want the close-up again of how to do a knot? Or not?
I've got the close-up set up for you.
Okay, go. Because people keep asking me, so we'll do, and I'm in focus. Kinda.
If you go back a little bit.
Back a bit. Yep. There we go. So you pop your thread underneath your needle and hold it on your finger, and then wrap 1, 2, 3, 4. And then hold the needle with the thread underneath it between your fingers. Push it through, and then pull it all the way up, and you will get a knot at the end. Okay. Right. Now,
Overhead or do you want close up?
ooh, overhead please. So we're going to pop our two pieces right sides together. We'll probably go overhead then a close up. That's the top. So I want this one to be my lid or my flap. So I'm going to come round and put these two together. If you've got a couple of these little peggy clip things, I think they're probably going to be one of the best things to use just to hold it together for you.
Alright, you can keep it in the same spot and it'll be in focus.
Alright.
When you want this.
Great. So we're going to pop our needle in, and you're going to pick up, yeah, switch it over now, Kate, that's great. You're going to not pick up the two outer pieces, but the two inner. So when you have a look at this ridge, you're going to have essentially 4 folds. You're going to have the fold from the wicker, the fold from the blue, which is our front panel. Then you're going to have the fold from the right side of the panel, the strip that goes around the bag, and its lining. And I only want to pick up the two that are going to face outwards, which is the right side of my strip and the right side of my panel. So I'm just going to pick those two up with a double thread. I'm not too fussed about knots and things at the moment because they will all get covered up easily, and they are essentially going to be inside the bag.
Lorraine said she can get to French Island, but cannot get to Mornington.
She can too.
That's a pain, but kind of cool.
So Mum and Dad can probably get to French Island. They can probably get to Phillip Island if they swam from Balnarring Beach.
And Joy said you could send her chocolates because she's in SA country.
She's in. We wouldn't be sending. Oh yeah, we wouldn't be able to send. We wouldn't send chocolate to Karen in Kuala Lumpur. No. Customs, but heat and humidity. We wouldn't do it. I wouldn't send it to Denise back of Burke. Just on the off chance it was a bit warm and it sits in the postie van for a while. I'll just do a couple more. Oh, now I've got a craving. It's all your fault, Sharon. I've now got a craving for chocolate aniseed rings again. Remember, Sharon dropped them off after I mentioned them last time.
And those, what were those choc bowl things with the dried fruit in it? You demolished them. They were good.
They were from Felicity.
Oh yeah.
That was dried for Joa.
Yeah.
Freeze dried for Joa. I demolished them. Thank you, Kate, for pointing that out loud and wide to the girls in the Healthy Fabric Club.
They're not, it's alright. It's everyone has.
It was healthy. It was dark chocolate and it was fruit.
It was really good. Yeah, there wasn't much bad.
I've been so good this week because we've just started the new tracker on A Quilter's Life for the month, the Healthy Quilter Tracker. Okay, I'll turn this. Have you got a picture of the Healthy Quilter thing somewhere? We have some more lovely new members today, so I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty excited about that. All right, if I pop that back. Can you just see that? So you actually can't see where I've been. It's sitting nice and flush, and what will happen is I'm sort of creating a little bit of a ridge along there. All right. So that's going to just look. That is not a ridge, but that is flush. Okay. So that means that this way you're not going to need to have any cord in there if you don't want to. Alright, so that is super flush, putting it together that way. I do like the idea of not having the cord, but it's going to be up to you. So this one's done slightly differently. That one's got the cord in it. I'm going to redo this now and show you. I probably was talking too much. I didn't explain what I wanted to show you. I'm going to chop that. I'm going to take it out and go back and do it again. So you'll have two options, one with cord and one without. There was not with the original one that I did, because of the way I put in the plastic, the size of it, there really wasn't an option, but now you've got an option with or without cord. Let's pull that off.
Lorraine said her daughter's in Balnarring and it's unfortunately too far.
It is too far.
And Felicity said, glad to be of some service, and pepperberry on way.
Oh. Thanks, Flick. So Flick's got pepperberry on the way, and we were talking about pepperberry, native Tasmanian pepperberry. There's a company that blend it with salt, and we are going to make it one of the first products that we carry for for Craft and Cook Show. So we'll feature it in a Craft and Cook Show, and then we will be selling it. It's a bit scary, isn't it? No, not when your husband's a corporate quality manager and he knows everything that we need to know about selling dried spices and things. We'll be selling some, we'll be organising some next week with the next Craft and Cook Show too. So we're going to need a lot of cloves. Okay, second way to do it, and I'm sorry, I was too busy talking to tell you before. The other way that you can do it is to not pick up the centre ones, but pick up the outside ones. So if I go along and pick up what are going to be both the lining panels, like leaping iron, I do it this way. So we pick up the outside, miss the two in the middle, do that, when I turn it over, I hope you can see that I've created it. Oh, it's a bit hard to see, but there's a ridge. You see that? Now I've actually got a gap. And so if you do want to come back and put some cord into that little ridge there, then you would pick up the inside ones instead of the outside ones. So it's up to you which way you want to do it. Absolutely up to you. You can do it from the front or you can do it from the back. So you can put right sides together and stitch, or you can do it from the back, because essentially what we're doing is a whip stitch. So it's going to be your choice which way you do it. But this leaves for me a heap of work to do for next time. So just to recap for you, oh my God, I've got so much to do, haven't I? Just to recap for you, we'll get together again tomorrow afternoon and have another look at them and talk about what we're going to do next week, because we're here tomorrow working on your show bags and things anyway. So I'll have to now, because tomorrow's the last day we're going to do this. I will have to get myself organised and get these done. I'll just put the boys to work in the morning. It'll be fine downstairs. So we'll get all of this done. If you wanted to, as I said, if you wanted to buy one, you put in, have you got that, Kate? What you got? What you got? Not that one. Which photo? Which photo? But if you wanted to buy one, if you go to the Chandler's Cottage website,
this one.
We want a lot. We want the live one. Live one.
Oh.
She's lost it. Do you want to do another one first?
Yeah.
No. You want to do that one?
Yeah. Which one do you want?
We're flexible. We'll do a quilter's life first. So the pattern for this bag, when we have completed it over the weekend, will be a freebie as part, well, depending which way you want to look at it, but is one of the many things that we put up with no extra cost for your $10 a month membership at A Quilter's Life. So it's if you think about it, if you even want to join up for a short time and see what it's all about, it's $10 a month, and this pattern is going to sell for $15. So you're going to get the pattern included with a whole heap of other stuff as well. So there's no obligation to stay in A Quilter's Life. You can just sign up for as long as you want to, and it's $10 a month. Thank you. And then if you wanted to buy one of the kits to make up one of these bags that we're working on, you put live one into the search window on our website, and then we will be back tomorrow for another show at 2 o'clock without Miss Kate, but Philip Chandler will be in the building again. So we hope to start mailing out your show bags tomorrow morning. Well, we will, won't we? We're going back to it now. You're looking at me funny. We are. We're going back to it now. We've got one more to cut. Two more specials to cut, and then off we go. So you enjoy the rest of your Friday. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. Oh, see, Lynette's just ordered hers. Thank you, Lynette. We will add yours to the pile that we're sending out, and yeah, John delivered the little design books while we were live, so we'll go downstairs and pack all of those out as well. But do enjoy your Friday evening, won't you? If you are one of our friends interstate, thank you so much for all your messages. We have had so many people email us and wish us all the best. I think sometimes it appears just that little bit more dramatic if you're interstate than here, because we have got a little bit used to doing lockdown.
Sadly.
And sadly, we've got used to it, and we don't want to do it, but we know how it works, and we know what we have to do, and we know how far we can go in 5 and 10 Ks. But you know, make the most of it. As I said yesterday, just use it as that time to get everything in order in your house and in your garden, so that when we can go out again, you can leave it guilt-free and it's all looking wonderful. That's the plan. All right, so I will see you tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Okay, bye for now. Bye.